We are now taking over the airwaves. This is Ultimate You Radio. We're here to create extraordinary change through mindset, nutrition, and training. Life is way too short not to be the ultimate version of you.
Welcome, guys, to Ultimate You Radio, and today we've got a very special guest and an awesome show because we're going to be sharing the story of how Nick has lost over 62 kilos in 28 weeks.
28 weeks.
28 weeks. It's been an absolutely incredible journey, and it's a guy that we're all really, really proud of here at Ultimate You Change Centres. He's dominating. Not only that, you're inspiring literally hundreds of other people to do the same thing, to change their lives and transform their bodies. It's awesome. So welcome to the show, Nick, my man.
Thanks for having me.
Good, no worries, dude. So, look, tell us a little bit about your journey. What got you started, I guess, thinking about, I've got to change, I've got to lose weight. Now, 28 weeks later, 62 kgs down. What was the initial thought process behind, something's got to change?
It's actually a good question. I've been thinking about it a fair bit the last couple of weeks. I think it's a combination of a few things. Number one, I finished up work in Tasmania and moved back to Melbourne and didn't have a job. So I was back home with the oldies.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong, they were happy to have me, but that prospect of a new job wasn't looking good. Yeah, it's just no one really wants to hire someone who's going to send themselves to an early grave pretty soon. So that really hit home when I started trying to apply for jobs and no one really wanted me. The other one was too that was really started to become a big one was to become a pilot. It's not very cheap, and without mum and dad's support, both financially and supportively along the way, I wouldn't have got there. And to be 3 years into it and lose my license because I don't have a medical because I'm overweight, I'm going to make them pretty upset. Well, not upset, but not disappointed that I've wasted so much of their time and effort. So that was another really big one that I had to change quickly.
Yeah, definitely, man. So some huge motivational drivers, some huge emotional drivers there.
Yeah.
So the thought of, I guess, not finding the job that you've always wanted, the career of your dreams, was really sort of pushing you to make the change and improve your life a bit.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, awesome, dude, awesome. So often we find that people before they come on the 9 and 6 or Mind Body Mastery Journey or any of our programs, they have a call to action, which is obviously that feeling that you knew something had to change, but we often refuse the call. As we talk about in the Hero's Journey, we refuse the call and sort of say, I'll start next week or I'll start next year. How many times did you actually think about it and then say, oh no, stuff it?
Oh, the amount of times I said next Monday.
Yeah?
I couldn't even count them now.
Yeah.
And, you do 1 day, 2 days, maybe you get to Wednesday and then, crap, we're having a beer or we're over at the pub now.
Yeah.
And you're like, we'll start again next Monday. The whole week's gone now.
Yeah.
But, that whole mindset had to change pretty fast.
Definitely. And it did.
Yeah.
28 weeks. And it was gone.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So look, a lot's changed for you. Yeah. And I've personally seen your growth over the last 28 weeks. Your shrinkage, your mental growth and emotional growth and your body shrinkage. But it's been so epic to see. It's been so epic to see you change into this leader. But I guess your sessions coming into now, you're just dominating. You're so confident. You're going in there, you're smashing it out. What was that very first session like where you came in and obviously you were 62 kilos heavier, hadn't trained in I don't know how long. Yeah. What was that first session like for you?
Eye-opening. I did boxing actually. And that's the first time I've done burpees and sit-ups and push-ups as well. And I remember leaving the class going, I feel alright, that was good. And I went home and woke up the next morning and just couldn't move. Like my arms are sore, my legs are sore. I literally couldn't get out of bed. Yeah. And so I missed the Tuesday, but we came on Saturday as well. So awesome. I needed that to stay in bed and just recover. I was just so knackered. But it's funny, after that first 6 weeks, you can do a class and get to the end and go, oh shit, it was great.
Yeah.
I feel not sore, but feel like I've actually done something and given it 110% and not actually need to stay in bed for the whole next day.
So the first session's always felt like the hardest, right?
Oh, that first couple of weeks was more mentally as well. Like, can I actually do it? Can I get to the end of this class? You know, yes, I can. I'm here. Why not? So, you know, it was mentally and physically challenging.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I think you're totally right in saying that. You know, most people when they start the challenge or they start any challenge in life, it's that first 21 days mentally, you know, to get through those hurdles that we all face. Mainly the hurdles being self-doubt and just having the faith if it's going to work or not.
Yeah.
So, you know, what helped you believe in yourself during that first 21 days? I mean, you know, I always talk about the analogy of a rocket ship and the rocket ship trying to get off the ground, and that first, you know, 80% of its fuel has to be put into liftoff, has to be put into that, let's say the first 21 days, right, of transformation. And I know that that's the most challenging part for most people. So what gave you the faith and what gave you the the belief in yourself that you could push through that 21 days and make it work?
There's a lot of support as well from everyone around me. You know, like, yeah, Facebook check-ins and everyone starts asking, oh, so what's this? What are you doing? And you're like, oh, I'm trying to sort my life out, really, in short. And they're like, oh, that's awesome. And, you know, everyone starts liking it and saying how good a job you're doing. And, you know, that support really helped, you know, push you to keep going. I didn't want to get to, you know, 3 months later and everyone's like, oh, how's your diet going? And shut up, I've stopped and put on 10 kilos again. Leave me alone. So now that, you know, everyone can see it and everyone knows about it, you know, they're there, you're accountable now. And that was a pretty big one as well.
Accountability is a huge thing, right? Especially in the beginning of the journey, making sure that, I guess that little bit of extra pressure helps you push through when sometimes you'd go back to the couch and not do too much, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, you know, each week sending in that report, you know, you didn't, deviations from the plan, you didn't want to put anything in there, you know? Yeah. So you go, oh crap, if I have this piece of cake, I'm going to have to put that on there, and you know, no one's going to like that. I don't want to put that in there, so I won't have it. So nice. that accountability was really good.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So I love that you said you had a lot of support over the whole journey, 28 weeks, which has been incredible. You know, we often find that people have a lot of support, but then often there's some people that you think would support you, but actually don't 100%. You know, when we talk about the hero's journey again, we call it test allies and enemies. Have you found that everyone supported you? Was there, you know, maybe some friends or something that weren't as supportive and, you know, it was a bit annoying, or was it just all good support for you?
No, I've been really lucky, I think.
Awesome.
Everyone's been really good in my circle of friends. I've been going to Tassie once a week for a regular basis, and I've got a mate down there, and we go for hikes or bike rides or go for a run somewhere, so he's been there to, you know, make sure I'm doing something on that one day where I'm not here. I've made heaps of friends here that, you know, if you don't come on a day, they'll be like, oh, where were you yesterday? Sorry, I'm coming. And likewise, outside of the UI family, I've got a few friends that also that have started their health kick as well. So, as well as me helping them, they're helping me. So, I want them to lose as much weight as possible. They want me to lose as much weight as possible. So I've been really lucky in that regard. I haven't had any of that negativity, but I've heard a lot of people can get some people like that.
Yeah, definitely. I guess, would you have any tips for people if they didn't have all the support that they wanted? What would you say to those guys?
You just don't need people like that in your life. You know, if they're not your friends, then they're not going to support you. If they're not supporting you, then you're not your friends. I mean, simple as that.
Some good advice, guys, from the main man, Nick. So again, you know, so important on the journey when you're transforming your body, your life, your mindset, your emotional stability, all of these things, that you're going to have people support you, definitely, but oftentimes there's going to be people that definitely don't support you. And to give up the journey of success because of those few people that don't support you 100%, it's crazy, it's ridiculous. So, you know, I guess it's just important to remember that, you know, don't let those people stop you from being the ultimate version of you, and keep going, right?
Yeah, at the end of the day, they're just jealous. That's all it comes down to.
Yeah.
You're being the healthier version of them, but they're not. So.
Exactly, yeah, it's insane. So always keep that in perspective. So Nick, I guess again, 28 weeks, 62 kgs lighter, there had to have been some big challenges along the way. And again, you know, we talk a lot, our whole philosophy here is about the 3 pillars of change, which is mindset, nutrition and training. So I thought that maybe we'd go through mindset, nutrition and training, and maybe we talk about some of the challenges that you faced in each of those sort of quadrants, and I guess some of the solutions. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about mindset. Again, the biggest one, the one that really is going to change everyone's life, and this is why we talk about it so much and we're so focused on it here at Ultimate You. But what was one of the biggest challenges with your mindset over the last 28 weeks in order for you to lose 62 kgs?
I think the biggest one was there's always time for gym, or there's always time. You know, I used to say, you know, I get up at 5:30 to go to work, and you know, you're done work by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, I'm too tired to go to the gym. Then comes dinner, and then you go to bed. Or if you do an afternoon shift, you sleep in, or whatever. Whereas now it's, you know, crap, I got work, righto, I'll get up that extra hour and a half early, we'll go for a run, or we'll go to the gym, we'll do a class. So I'm now making all this extra time for the gym. And that's probably the biggest one I think I've had so far. That, you know, if you don't have time, we'll make time.
It's awesome. Great message. Again, so many people are constantly saying that in the beginning. I don't have time to transform my body, my life, to improve myself. But again, you know, for something this dramatic, something so important, you got to make the time, right? What else are you going to make time for if you can't make time to be the ultimate version of you?
Yeah, that's right.
It's so important. So I guess before the 28 weeks, that was a bit of a challenge for you, making time in your mindset. Was I don't have time for this?
I look back on it now, and there was time. There was heaps of time. But yeah, in my head, I always managed to find an excuse not to, or find something else to occupy my time. So I didn't have to go to the gym.
So a little less Netflix and a little more planning gym. Yeah. Awesome. So was there any other mindset challenges that you faced before the 28 weeks began, or even during the 28 weeks of the journey of your transformation?
Did just touch it back earlier, like I said, getting through that class. You know, that I can do this, and I know Karen says every day, you can and you will. And, you know, I keep saying that in my head, you know, I can finish for that next 30 seconds. You know, I'll earn that 20-second break.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
And just...
What a great mindset. I will earn that break. I will earn, you know, my rest. I'll earn my food. Such an awesome mentality to push you a little bit further.
Yeah, that one's probably one of the big ones as well. Just pushing through, keep going.
Yeah, definitely.
You'll get to the end, it's, you know, 45, an hour class, you know. What's an hour in your whole day?
Exactly, right? Yeah, awesome perspective. So is there any other sort of mindset challenges that you can think of throughout the 28 weeks that's, I guess, you've overcome in order for you to lose 62 kilos in 28 weeks?
I think more when you're out with friends and everything, just learning to say no.
This is an awesome one, guys. One to pay.
You know, like you don't want to be that antisocial person that stays home and you know doesn't talk to anyone and sits there eating his lettuce leaves. You know, like you still go out. You just look at the menu. You're gonna have the chicken salad. While everyone else has a parma. Need to have a parma. No. You know, once you start saying no, it gets easier, and easier and easier and easier. So I think that's probably one of the big ones as well. We always used to go out, oh, who wants a parma? Yeah, Nick wants a parma. Nick loves parmas. So now it's, no, I don't want that parma because I've done that hour and a half in the gym today and be for nothing if I have my parma. So
awesome,
just
man.
saying no is another big one.
I mean, that's huge for people. So many people... they hate going out into these social situations. They feel like they're letting other people down by, you know, refusing the beer or refusing the parma or refusing the chocolate or whatever it is. But again, you know, you do get stronger once you flex that muscle of saying no, right? Of just saying, no, I'm going to have this option. I'm cool with that. And if you can stand sure and stand strong in that space and really, I guess, be the leader that you're meant to be, then it does become easier and people accept it immediately, right?
Yeah, and then eventually everyone's like, well, he's not having them anymore, so, you know, we'll move on. We'll get one and he can have that. So no one cares after a while. And
Well, the cool thing is, most of the time, after a few times of doing that around your friends start to follow what you're doing, right? So then all of a sudden they're not having the parma and they're having the salad and the, you know, whatever you're eating as well, because you're setting the example, you're leading the way. It's really
that's
cool.
right.
Really cool to see. So mindset, such a huge part of your success. What would you say to all the listeners out there, people watching, about them moving into, if they're thinking about doing a challenge, transforming their body and life, maybe they don't have 62 kilos to lose, maybe they've got 40, maybe they've got more. You know, what would you say mindset-wise to these guys that need to take the challenge, need to take the plunge?
Just keep going. Once you start and you start seeing those results, I mean, those clothes getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're buying more clothes like that. That feeling is unreal. And you know, I can't say it enough. Just, it's hard. It's called a challenge for a reason. You know, just push through the pain, and you'll earn your reward at the end.
Yeah, nice. So I guess use some of those mindset strategies that Nick's just talked about in order to help spur you forward and get to the next stage, because they're always going to come up those little mindset issues along the way, aren't they? Yeah. So what about nutrition? What are some of the challenges that you faced? Obviously before there was a lot of challenges because obviously you're eating the wrong foods, but you know, you've made this complete lifestyle change, which has been incredible. What was some of the initial challenges with following the damn plan, following the nutritional plan, all of that stuff?
The water intake was a really big one for me. I never used to drink much water. I'd be lucky to drink 2 or 3 glasses a day.
Yeah.
You know, but put a bottle of soft drink in front of me and you'll smash that, no worries.
Yeah.
So changing that bottle of soft drink to a bottle of water now, that one, and getting that water into you was a really big one at the start.
Yeah.
It took me about 3 weeks to actually be able to get 4 litres into me. You know, you sit there, keep drinking, and then after a while, it's like, I'll get the water away from me, I can't drink anymore. But, you know, you start, I think I've managed to do about 1 litre in the mornings.
Yep.
Like while you're at the gym, and then a couple throughout the day, and then you go to the gym at night. In the end, there's 4 litres by the end of the day, pretty easy. So,
that's awesome.
You know, that one took a while to adjust to.
Did you notice changes physically, mentally, when you were getting that water intake in?
I didn't, but I know people around me say, Nick, your skin looks great. What have you been doing? Drinking water. Okay. So that makes that awesome. So that's good.
Nice.
But yeah, everything else wasn't too bad to adjust to.
Cool.
The clean eating, you know, the body was a little bit shocked at first and didn't really know what all this healthy food was. But now it's, you know, craves that chicken and veggies or, you know, eggs, whatever you're putting with it.
Yeah.
So that was a good adjustment, I think, too, to swing into things.
Definitely. Were you surprised with how much food you had to eat in the beginning, having, you know, 6 meals a day?
Yeah.
Probably, maybe, were you eating more than usual?
Yeah, for sure, but it's just eating the good food now instead of having, you know, big breakfast, small lunch, big dinner. You know, or small, big, or whatever I was doing. I can't remember now.
Yeah.
Having that every 3 or so hours, you eating something, that was a big one because you're always full.
Yeah.
And the water as well, always, I found anyway, that water during the day made sure that you didn't feel like snacking because you weren't hungry. You're just
so important.
Yeah.
I mean, people don't realise a lot of the time when you are hungry and you think you're starving for a snack, you're actually dehydrated. So the first point of call is always have that water first, then make a logical decision around if you are actually hungry or not. So the food, that's awesome, man. So you're eating 6 meals a day, going from maybe three a day, and you've gone up to 6 meals a day, so eating a lot more, but just a lot healthier food, and obviously feeling a lot better and losing weight. I guess that's the thing that freaks people out the most in the beginning is like, how can I lose all this weight by eating so much food? And it's just the quality of the food, right? It's eating nutrient-dense food that is the difference that makes a difference. You can eat a whole lot more and lose a whole lot more at the same time, right?
Yeah, that's right. You know, it's everyone's dream, really. I eat a lot of food and lose weight, you know.
Exactly.
What more do you want?
Exactly. I was exactly the same. I was like, yes.
Yeah, steak for breakfast.
I get to eat every 3 hours, every 2 hours. So, any other challenges with food? Any other barriers you came across when you were shifting over to the Ultimate You way of eating and changing your lifestyle?
I think just making everything. You know, I was quite happy getting pre-made sauces and, you know, I never really looked at the nutritional value of my sauce. You know, there's not much in sauce, it's fine. But you look at it now and it's just, oh wow, this really isn't good for you.
Yeah.
So making everything from scratch was a big one as well. I've stuck to pretty plain things ever since then. I'm easily pleased now.
Yeah.
But yeah, just at the beginning, trying to figure out, okay, what can I have? what can't I have? You know, figuring out portions and getting all that set up was a bit of a challenge, and now it's just second nature.
Awesome.
It's just, you have this, too much of this and that, get the next one, move on.
I think that's so important to remember, that it does become second nature, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, prepping and thinking resourcefully and training, it's not challenging forever, you know?
No.
It does become that second nature that we all want it to become, right?
Yeah, that's right. I never used to look at the back of labels.
Yeah.
You know, why would I don't care. It's on the supermarket shelf, it must be good. So, you know, now every time I go shopping and looking at things, it's having a look and see what it says and what's in it.
Yeah, a lot more intelligent choices, which obviously pay off, don't they?
It's working. So.
Yeah, awesome, man. So what about challenges with training, right? So we've looked at mindset, we looked at nutrition. What challenges did you face with exercise and moving the body initially, you know, when you're transforming your body, changing?
Look, it was pretty physically demanding on the body, for sure. I've still got reasonably tight calf muscles, so that one's a work in progress as well.
Yeah.
And I don't walk properly either from being so big. I kind of got my little waddle walk going on, so you know that biomechanics needs to be changed, and so I've been working with that with videos and everything. But everything else, you know, you're constantly sore, and I really don't want to go to the gym today. I'm really still sore, but no, get out of the damn bed and go to the gym. All right. And I think one of the big ones was, someone once told me, you never regret going to the gym, but if you stay at home, you go, I should have gone to the gym today. Yeah. So that one's a big one that I go, well, I'm going to feel bad later today, but let's just go.
Yeah. So
pushing
always
for that.
practicing delayed gratification. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
The other one too, I used to get a couple of hour breaks between finishing the gym and starting work, so waking up and going, if I go to the gym, do the class, get home in time, I can have that extra hour and a half sleep nap if I get there. So that was a little sneaky reward for getting up in the morning.
I love it. That's good, man. So that was probably the biggest challenge in the beginning, just the body recovering and the body getting used to the training, yeah?
And just adapting to, you know, what's going on. I said that first class I was sore and everything, and the next class I did was spin. So big one in spin was just that bike seat. Like the next day I couldn't sit down, I couldn't stand up, I just kind of had to stay there and not move. So that was pretty bad. Whereas now it's, you know, sit on the bike, do a class, now you're fine.
Awesome. So how many weeks do you think it took to really adapt, for your body to adapt to the training style?
I think about week 3, week 4, I was starting to get used to it.
Awesome. Good, 3 or 4 weeks.
So I was putting up with it. Didn't like it, but you know, it was recovering, and you know, I was starting to realise, this is a change. Okay, well, let's keep up with it.
Yeah, nice, awesome. So 3-4 weeks, and now 28 weeks later, how's training like today? How's training this morning? What's it like for your body?
Completely different. Like, I struggled to do a class a day. In the beginning, I was barely making 5 a week, 6 a week, if that. And like now, I can try and do a double a day. We did spin this morning, and then went for a 5K run. You know,
it's crazy, man. You're killing it, dude. Killing it.
So yeah, like, now that it's starting to get used to things, I've got to start doing more to push it that extra bit.
Yeah, nice.
You know, I don't want it to finish the class comfortably and go, yeah, that's fine. I want to actually walk away going, I'm knackered. I feel sore. That's good.
Yeah.
So you just
I love that. So your comfort zone's chasing you, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And something we always talk about at the start of the journey here at Ultimate You is that, you know, there's no change without challenge, yeah? And you've got to move yourself out of your comfort zone to create that change, to transform your body. But one thing to always remember is that eventually you moving, that will become your new comfort zone, which it obviously has for you, and you've had to shift again to keep challenging your body in order to get great results. It's so impressive to see that you just kept pushing forward though.
Yeah, and I think that was big when I started hitting up some PT sessions as well. And the big thing that I really like about PT is you'll do those 15 reps and you'll be like, now I've got to stop. I'm like, nah, push out another 5.
Yeah.
And it's those extra 5 that are worth, you know, 20 normal ones or whatever.
Yeah.
And just going that extra mile with them is a really big one as well. So that's why I love PTs.
It's awesome.
It's takes you that extra step further.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. So, dude, you've lost 62 kilos again. Your mindset, nutrition, and training's fully transformed. I mean, it's been incredible to watch you become this leader, just absolutely dominating. How has what you've learned at Ultimate You sort of flown or overflowed rather into other areas of your life? I mean, like work and relationships and family and things like that. You know, how's it affected everything else?
It's been really good because people around me have started going, oh, Nick's doing a health kick. Oh, well, maybe I can too. And so that's been inspiring other people to, you know, start getting a better version of himself. And that's been really good to be able to see that what I'm doing is helping other people.
Yeah.
So I've been training with them as well, so that, you know, more that I know that they're training, but, you know, I get that extra little bit of training in there as well. So it's, you know, it's give and take, and it works really well. So that one's a really big one.
Yeah, yeah. And you got your dream job, right?
Yeah. So 6 months ago, you know, I was unemployed and overweight. Now we're, you know, very reasonably healthy and employed again. So that's
awesome.
Unreal.
That's awesome, man. And how did it feel getting that job? So you're a pilot.
Yeah.
And how did that feel getting that job, being, again, 62 kilos lighter, being able to get this awesome job? How was that feeling?
It was pretty cool because a lot of guys I haven't seen in that 6 months. And
yeah, right.
I come back and they're blown away. They're like, well, who are you? Yeah. Where's the rest of you?
Yeah.
You know, what's going on? And, you know, it might be a little, you know, selfish to say, but I don't get sick of people saying, fuck, you look good. You know, that's an awesome.
You shouldn't, man.
Yeah, like, it's great.
You deserve that. Yeah.
People come up and say, wow, you look awesome. Like, you know what? I do. Thank you.
Yeah.
And, you know, that, you know, motivates me to keep going and, you know, take it to that next level as well. So in 6 months' time, wow, you still look amazing. Instead of, oh, look, you've gone back to what you were.
Yeah.
Well done. So.
I love it. I love that you keep thinking in the future, though. I think that's the cool thing about you, and is that you're putting everything into perspective, which is why you're getting such awesome results non-stop, because you are thinking about the week ahead or the few months ahead and not wanting to revert back to old world and go back to your old ways, which is so cool to see. Now, another really cool thing is that I love that you are inspiring other people. You know, not only are you inspiring people all over Facebook and here at the club, at our change centres, you know, people are seeing you and they're like, wow, if Nick can do that, I can do that as well, which is awesome. But you've got your sister in now, and she's losing weight and improving her life, and your family is sort of replicating your foods and things like that. You know, how does that feel to know that you're inspiring literally, you know, hundreds, if not thousands of people with just the transformation that you've done?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. You know, you see on the news or on Facebook, you know, so-and-so's lost so much weight, and you're like, oh, wow, that's amazing. But I never thought that would be me. You know? Thought I'd always be one of those, you know, fat people that no one really cared about. So to be able to actually be one of those people's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
You know, it's just me doing what I was doing. You know, I haven't actually tried to, you know, be inspiring or anything. It's just doing the day-to-day things that, you know, everyone picks up on. It's pretty awesome.
I love it, man. So cool, so cool. So you've come a long way again. Only 28 weeks. Again, it's crazy amount of time. What's the next goal? You've already lost 62 kilos. You got your dream job. You're going to be flying around the place. But what else? What's the next sort of mindset, nutrition, training, fitness goal ahead of you? How much weight do you want to lose all up?
Next fitness goal, I want to hit 75 kilos.
Nice.
Purely because then I can say I half my body weight.
Yes.
And I reckon that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So from there, I think it'd be a good spot to start building things and, you know, get that six-pack that I've always wanted and, you know, start to work towards that. So that's the next weight challenge. And,
awesome.
You know, I'm looking at fitness goals. You know, we've got this 70k bike ride coming up in January. Next year I want to do Tough Mudder.
Nice.
Never thought I'd ever say that.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think just having those fitness goals along the way is just a really big one. Something to strive to, and you know, that's going to be good next year.
Awesome. So when you're 75 to 80 kilos lost, You got your 6-pack. We're going to do the next show topless here. How's that sound?
Sweet.
Not to scare anyone. All right, cool, man. Well, look, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
I mean, awesome. Your story literally is inspiring. And not only me, I mean, I get inspired. I know I've got to work my ass harder downstairs because there's people like you catching up, just kicking butt down there. It's so good to see. And again, you're inspiring thousands of people. It's so awesome. We can't wait to see your journey continue, my friend. So just stay positive, keep focused, and keep following the damn plan because you're going to achieve some incredible things. Anything else you want to say to everyone listening before we wrap it up?
I think the big one for me, probably the biggest one, I tried diets for so long. You name it, I tried it, and 10 years of trying to lose weight and it never worked. And I think you just can't give up. If you try one thing and it fails, fine. Just get back up and keep doing it, because sooner or later you're going to find that one thing that works for you, and when you get it, you're just going to run with it. So, don't give up, whether it's here with Ultimate You, or if you can find whatever you want, but just keep going until you get to where you want to be.
Exactly.
Really big one.
Yeah, you definitely deserve to be the ultimate version of you. So, as Nick said, don't give up, keep pushing. Awesome, my man. Thank you so much for joining us, dude.
Thanks for having me.
Can't wait to see the journey continue on.
Yeah, neither can I.
Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you on the next show.